later on. But we have to start with truth and reconciliation first, as a prerequisite to making the country peaceful first, build the institutions, and then go for justice, instead of starting with transitional justice. That is my understanding. Well, there is also something that I supposed to leave it to General Kwalmanyang, but I saw it is so sweet. Those of Paganamom, what are they doing here? And the lady was saying that Ezekiel Gatwot, the one who was sitting here yesterday, because he's part of your community, should be the one coming here so that he come and solve what he has actually caused. And it's very important, by the way, when you make a problem and the problem wait for you until you come and solve it, we will be solving it better. Because the problem that you are part of it, the solving of it, and that is why the situation in South Sudan now, it will be fixed by Taban. Because Taban, General Taban, okay, was part of those who fall out, was part of those who organized the war of 2013. I'm sorry to say this is history. It's a history. But he has now taken upon himself to ensure that he fix it. And he told Riek Machar, please don't fight again. You have taken this. It's the political differences. Political differences is not like crime of stealing. You cannot be shy. If your father has stolen money one time, you will be shy because he has degraded you. But the political differences happen between anybody. Even Dr. John last time differed with Bonamalwal, the father of a lady sitting here. They differ. Politically, people differ, even with your mother. If you are a politician, you differ. So, it is good that Ezekiel Gulul is here. We will tell him later on, please, you are a minister of petroleum. The Agar call it MOK. Everybody MOK. So, he has to come back as a member of this community to come and help on how to fix the situation in which he was part of the creation of that problem. And I think he will do it because he's now with General Taban, and he's actually one of those. We even challenged Riek Machar. Riek Machar called him the following day on the night, telling him, you know, I was late to go to J1 in order to be killed. He wanted to convince Ezekiel, and Ezekiel was there. Somebody who was calling from Nairobi told him, yeah, somebody telling him what was happening in J1, and somebody is living in Nairobi, telling people that this has happened. Like now, it is like somebody in Australia will tell us what is happening in this hall. It's ridiculous. Okay? You need to be prophet or fool to accept that. One of the two, otherwise. Ezekiel Lul said, no, please. When I arranged the meeting, it was me who was arranging a meeting between you and the president so that you de-escalate the tension that happened on the 7th. When our soldiers were actually gunned down by the SPLIO, some SPLIO soldiers, and they fed it off. And the situation was so tense. When the president called for Riek Machar to come and make a meeting with them, they de-escalate the situation. But in the state, as you heard it yesterday, the same commander, it's called Galwak, the same Galwak who killed the 5 soldiers, is the one who led the army, the protection with Riek Machar, with 400, and was so aggressive. Anyway, the good thing is that the Galwak is no longer there. That Galwak, particular Galwak, is not there. Because he was one of the people, the first people to be killed when he started when he shooting. So you do it, and either you pay for it or he pays for you. So it is crucial for those of us who differ politically to also fix the situation. We cannot leave it to other people. Then my saber fighter asked a specific question. How do the people in diaspora, those who are fighting, the fighters like herself, and some of you here, how do they connect with South Sudan to streamline the way they will be fighting, to defend this government and defend the nation. The nation is bigger than all of us, and we must differ and maintain the nation to continue. There was a lady talking, very good lady talking here, about having the 2 passports. Madam, you don't have 2 passports, you have 2 nationalities. Nationality and passport are not the same thing. Passport is a paper, and nationality is something that is enshrined within the law. In South Sudan, you are a South Sudanese by birth. We don't talk about it. With Kwal Manyang, with President Salva Kiir, we have no right to tell you you shouldn't be a citizen. Here in the United States of America, you have nationalization. You have by dual nationality. So you have 2 nations, okay? But you will keep the one by birth more than the one by dual nationality. If you are asked, I have my British passport in my back here, but I'm more proud than that of South Sudan. When I was, when the British embassy came to, to my house during the 2013 to evacuate me, I said, what? To evacuate me, Ateny Wek, to be evacuated to United Kingdom? For hell. To do what? Okay, I went to United Kingdom alone, I was not evacuated. So please leave me alone now. I don't want to be evacuated. And I don't even know where to go. I spent 7 years or 9 years without going back to United Kingdom. When I go there, I will call you Nyanu, so that he showed me the roads. I don't know United Kingdom anymore. I keep their passport.
You and I together.
But I have never been there. So you are a citizen and give South Sudan the first thing. How do we connect, my sister? Is that set your nationalism first before any connection. You have seen when people were actually criticizing us, and particularly in my office, because I'm the journalist in chief, if you know this. Makwe is a politician, Minister of Information, responsible for policies, but I'm the one connecting with the journalists, my office, as a spokesperson for the office of the president. When some people tell me that we have failed, in the media, what I was telling people, I said we did not have money to give to people to listen to us. In the modern world, in the time we are in now, in the situation we are in, you pay for money in order for your position to be ahead. If you don't pay for it, it's not free of charge for people to listen to you. A little share must be listened to, but in order for you to get up and say that the point that was raised by so-and-so, we have to pick it from here, you need money to be given to you to listen to it. And you people know there is a type of corruption which is approved by law. IJSM lobby there is a corruption, but it's approved by law. If you don't have the money to give them, you will not be heard. Because when you ask for a senator so-and-so to meet you, he will tell you, let us meet in Marriott Intercontinental. 1 o'clock. He must make you, he calls you to put you on a lunch time so that you pay for lunch. When you are coming, make sure that you have something in your hand, give it to your secretary, Utalma support staff attack. When you sit with him, you will be talking later on, he will ask his or her support staff, did you meet with other staff? He said, yes, I got 20,000, my dear. And your case will be started, they will start to listen to you from there on. It's not free of charge. And those who have actually caused us a problem, most of them have taken money before the crisis. And so they are even richer. Even Paganamom is richer than the country. There are some of them who are richer than the country. The country is even poorer than them. And so these are the situation we are in. We did not have money to pay for this, for people to listen to us. It is only those who are national like you. You can listen, you can decide to listen or not listen. But the conventional listening is paid for. Because if something is said by Senator so-and-so, it will be clearly heard. Even if you know me, you need Senator Clooney to talk about me in order to understand that the reality has happened. Like the way the Clooney, this report, very shallow report, implicating the president. If you people look into this, it is not part of what you have actually asked me. But if you look at the report is very shallow. First of all, in South Sudan, okay, because you know I defend the president, and I wanted to tell this because I speak for the president, and the Kuluni report, I need to tell you before I go, because you will not know the position of the office of the president if I don't talk about it. Okay? And nobody has asked this. That's why I volunteer to tell you, before I leave, the others too. The Kuluni report, George Kuluni report, said he wanted to connect the benefits of the leaders in the conflict from 2013 to 2016. That was the theme of the report. The report was meant to focus on 2013 and how did leaders benefit from 2013 conflict until now. This is what the report was all about. He went back to 2007 because the companies in which 7 of President Kiir's children were written on as shareholders were registered in 2008. And in South Sudan, ladies and gentlemen, it's easy for anyone who has $100 to register a company and give yourself any shares. Per se, it's not a crime to register a company. The crime will come later on if you influence the companies, you influence the contract to be given to you. Ibn Ayyam, the 12-year-old son of President Salva Kiir, is a shareholder in a company that is being kept in the back, a briefcase, a company. These companies, George Kuluni cannot tell us, and the report cannot tell us, if you people has read it contextually. It doesn't tell us that the company in which Ayyam, Salva Kiir, was having shares has got a certain contract. Adud, the daughter of Salva Kiir, is married to an Ethiopian tycoon. The money she has are money of the Ethiopian money. They are not South Sudanese money. And she has never been given any single contract. So the issue of contract of the children of the president, no, the companies of children of the president benefiting is completely nonsensical. It's not there. That's one. Number 2, the ranch. They are even comparing it to the Camp David ranch. How did a deserted cattle camp become ranch? It's a cattle camp that has been deserted. If you people know the Central Equatoria, that's Joburg State, Luri is not surveyed. You cannot own something in which the title deed has not been issued. My learned lawyer here will agree with me that any property that has no title deed is not a property per se. What happened? The Sultan Metal Luri, Yaugal, the President Salva Kiir in the Choyabgar, Tal, you come and keep them here. Fitajirja, God let me build a shed, 3-bedroom. Can you go 3-bedroom ranch if you are not foolish? And those cattle, when President Salva Kiir issued a decree to say that cattle cannot be kept in town based on the recommendation of the Equatorian government, and President Salva Kiir has to issue a decree, he has to start from himself. Because any decree for any law to apply, it must be generally applicable. If it's not generally applied, if there is a law that favors certain people, it's not a law that can be subject to challenge. The presidential order is a law of the country. So the president issued a decree that the cattle are not going to be kept in Juba. And so he has to start with himself. His cattle were taken away, and they were actually, half of them were stolen by the Mundari cattle Murades. Okay? Not the Mundari as a tribe. I don't want to be taken wrong. Is an individual within Mundari who are cattle rustlers, have taken almost half of the cattle. So there were only half of cattle that were taken back to Baragazal. And the cattle camp called Luri was evacuated. And then the Americans were using satellite to zoom it. And then they call it a ranch. We will talk to them. We are going to release a report so that we see whether a cattle camp in English language has to be changed to be called ranch. We want to learn that English language. The last thing but not least, okay, is the issue of the helicopter gunship that are parked there. If you park a helicopter gunship, General Kwan Manyang will tell you later on, nobody owns the helicopter, especially the gunship. You cannot own it. So anything parked, if you park a helicopter gunship, okay, in a place, that place is a public place. So Luri is a public place and has not been settled. So the President Salva Kiir has not benefited from this war. Instead, he has even lost in this war. The house in Nairobi, all the leaders in the world are entitled to properties of some kind. And Salva Kiir, I think, is one of the poorest presidents on earth, because that house, which is leaking, has been occupied by his children since 2005. How does it connect to the benefit of 2013, 2016? We need to be fool or prophet to accept this report. Otherwise, thank you.
I'm going to be brief. I'm going to make two interventions. One, I think there was a comment that all people working in the UN are CIA. And when you have lawyers listening to this, there's implications. I know we're here, we should know English. When say all people working in the UN are CIA, and if this one was to come from an official source, I think it can be taken out of context. That's why I said before that you people who are in the developed world, I think you need to speak a bit differently. Because we all read, you have to read what's the UN. UN includes us, which means we're all here, including us. So this is, I think that's why I said before that let's engage in a more constructive way, because this kind of things can be taken into context. Because the UN is an institution, individuals within the UN can abuse the system. Okay. So if there's somebody in the UN, like in South Sudan, who could be appointed to head the UN, and that person is abusing the position, that person is different from the UN. Okay. So this is the second is about justice. I just want to be clear a bit, so that I'm not taken out of context. That the determinants of justice came and he said there's no need for justice. I was speaking of justice in the context of the agreement. I was talking of mechanisms in the agreement. It's different from general justice. Okay. Justice, you have justice which is political, like ICC. You have justice through ordinary courts. Okay? Because you have justice through a political mechanism, it doesn't mean that whoever was aggrieved is going to get justice. When you talk of hybrid court, it's like an ICC. It's not the victim who determines the person to be brought to the court. It is a different body, okay? So the hybrid court is not an ordinary court. It's like an ICC. They'll determine who to bring. You can have more crime than Ateny Wek, yeah. But I'm now deciding. Because I need Ateny to come to the court. Not necessarily the victim of, okay. So when you talk of justice, there's justice through ordinary courts, which I, as a person, still have a right. I can still take a person to ordinary court and say, Vilan kana mulana kida, he killed Vilan, you'll still have to account. We're talking of a political court. Then I was talking about the sequencing. That's why I said that I'm talking within the context of the agreement. Whether you have these two mechanisms to be used simultaneously, okay? And I said from the beginning that it's up to you to make this analysis. Because you have to research. It's not just you're told something, then you just carry it. Yeah, you have to research whether you can have accountability and reconciliation at the same time. Is there some harmonization or contradictions? Okay, so this is what I was saying. It doesn't mean that even when you talk of the Nazi crimes committed First, Second World War, they had to leave some people to be prosecuted after 90 years. You know this? They prosecuted people now. Why did they prosecute at that particular time? Because they had to keep peace a chance. That if you do two of them, then it's going to be difficult for you to. So this is something I've said that is food for thought all of you. Of course, people will have different ideas. Someone can say justice and peace can go together. Justice and reconciliation can go together. Someone can say that they can go separately. It's a matter of discussion. That's why when people have a conference, it's an intellectual debate. Okay? It's not for me to tell you something. That's my view, my own analysis. That you cannot have reconciliation and accountability in a political context. Because we are talking about peace agreement. Whether you can have the two together, and what will be the impact on the same peace you are trying to achieve. When we implement both of them simultaneously, whether the peace would hold or collapse. I think these are just, this is what I want to, but nobody say that there's no justice with accountability. Of course, there's justice with accountability, but it's about sequencing. You have to sequence together, and it's about the approach. Should it be politically or through normal procedures? I think you have to take into context why Africans are now talking, they want to withdraw from ICC. And this was repeated in the General Assembly. Because when you come, when justice becomes selective, it's no more justice. When you politicize justice, it's no more justice. So this is what we're talking, that if justice is put in the agreement with the intention of having those victims of the war to get redress, then it has to be widely applicable, not selective. Okay? So this is what I'm saying. Thank you.
Forever. Come sana